What's good, guys? So I know it feels like a lifetime since I did one of these updates on the ShadowHand project, the project where we're reviving an account that was free to play initially and has been abandoned for about 2 years. It's going pretty well. This update is actually going to be like week 3, 4, and maybe even 5. I've kind of lost track. Things have been a little bit busy since Dominic was born, as you can imagine, but we've made a lot of progress, and I'm going to break it down in this video, along with some footage of the big major battles that we've gone through recently. You've obviously seen this in my grand arenas, although in the current bracket, I actually forgot to sign up. So yeah, spam F in the comments. Major fail by me on that one. Let's get on with this video anyway, guys. Let's do this. Okay, so let's take a look at the account. It's been about 4 weeks, I think, since the last update. A lot has happened in that time. As you can see, my Brood Alpha is well on his way to 7-star now. This is going to be very, very crucial, really helpful in Darkside Geonosis territory battles. Obviously, I'm still running them in Arena. I did bring Padme in for like 1 day. It didn't work out too well. My Padme team ended up dropping to about 2,000 or something like that. Apparently my Arena Shad is ridiculously active still. Even though this account is like 3+ years old, there's still so many people active, even in the lower ranks. I mean, there's relics everywhere, even down in the 2000s. It's crazy. So yeah, my bugs had to come back. They're still doing the job for me. Gear-wise, Sunfac is starting to get that additional development. He's gone up to gear 12. He's got the 0.1, 3, and 5 piece, which is pretty nice, actually. I'm starting to fine-tune his mods a little bit. The way I figured it is I'm going to go Malevolence anyway. It's the better of the capital ships. It's easily the best of all the available options right now. I'm sure Radis and Finalizer will eventually surpass it. But for the current available ships to go with the overall fleet, Malevolence is still the better one, and Sunfac is a big part of that. So he's going to be likely, well, the way it stands right now, probably the first relic on the team, which is quite crazy considering when I first started, Sunfac had just kind of come into the game and was even PvP for one moment. We had a short stint in Arena and then kind of fell off into oblivion, and nobody cared about Fac, particularly with how awkward he was to gear. But as you can see, here he is right now at 12.3, and that's pretty sweet. I'm not far from this piece too. See, I've got that one. I just need 10 more of those bad boys, and he's up to 12.4. And oh yeah, Furnace, excellent. So that's going to be a while till I get them 5, but still, massive improvement on Sunfac. My Geonosians outside of those haven't really changed at all. However, you can see Padme is now sat gloriously at 6-star. I'm really happy about this. This has vastly improved her. She has both of her Zetas now. Her gear is just 1 piece, just this annoying little bit. I'm 15 away on salvage from having her at gear 11. That's a massive improvement. I've probably got footage playing now of the actual battle where we got her 6-star unlocked. Basically, the second Brood Alpha was 6-star. I went in and just got it first time, just made sure we got Padme boosted in those stars, because obviously she's going to be a huge priority relic for me as well. I'm likely, bug-wise, only to relic the ones that I'm going to use in the Malevolence fleet. Brood Alpha's probably just going to have to wait, to be honest. I don't need him relicked for the Watch Shard or anything like that, so the Padme team is going to step up straight after that. They're going to be my Arena team for now. So, yeah, it's still a fair bit of work to go on this team, but I've got them working on my main account. I know how effective they are. They become easily one of the most used teams in all of my Grand Arena battles, as you guys have seen. So having Padme developed here is absolutely crucial. As for the rest of the team, I have actually Zetaed Han Solo now. Kind of needed that. My Rebel team were lacking in that damage. They do have Chewbacca, but he's not quite built up. But when Han's only shooting once, you're losing out so much. Having him double tapping really changed my Rebels and has helped out quite a lot. General Kenobi now, 2 pieces from gear 10. Also 7-star, because I actually remembered to sign up for the bloody raids. If you watch my live streams, you know what I'm talking about. I actually forgot to sign up for one of them when I was sat at 99 shards. That was an epic fail on my part. Boosted a few of his mods. A couple of those are looking quite quick now. What do we need anyway? A back to gel and a stun gun. Of course it's a stun gun. Why do I even need to check that? I should have known it was a stun gun. Chewie's gone up to level 80 now, bringing him up along a gear, but he's not a priority for me at the moment. My Ewoks are slowly coming up as well, because I do need 3PO, obviously. If I'm going to run Padme, going to need that as an option, otherwise I'm easily shut down by the Palpatines and stuff. Going to need to make sure I get 3PO as quick as possible, even at 5-star. 5-star will be absolutely fine. It's his mechanics I need more than his health pool. I have got Anakin now. We've finally got Anakin Farm. He's active. He's up to gear 9.2. He's not really needing particularly scary gear to get to the next stage. It's just a case of I need like 100 stun cuffs, I believe. Yeah, I do. I need 100 stun cuffs. That's going to take me a while to get on an account like this that's low in the arena ranks and that doesn't really have a lot of income in regards to like guild currencies and stuff. You know, I'm not finishing high in my raids, so I've just got to make do with what I can. I've just recently omegaed this one to get that prot up. Am I going to do that one next? I don't know. I may as well, actually. I'm nowhere near another Zeta. But Ahsoka Tano's looking pretty nice too. Our actual star is climbing quite quickly. Obviously, I'm farming Brood Alpha consistently, so I'm getting lots of the old Cantina currency for that. Mod-wise, she's definitely had a boost. She's quite possibly going to be the next Zeta. That is a really, really good Zeta on the Padme team, especially if you got Ahsoka modded really, really well for crits. Am I going to bother with that on critical hit to spell debuffs? Yeah, I mean, that could possibly be the next Omega. In fact, I know that one's a really, really good one, but I've got to make use of all those attacks outside of turn. What she need? 100 golden eyeballs. You can see why I'm kind of stuck on these. A lot of those kind of gold gears, the eyeballs, I think there's a med pack or something along those lines as well. You tend to buy them with arena crystals, at least I do on my main account. And I don't really have those available. I have been bringing Carth up. I've been kind of slowly boosting my Old Republic as a side project when I've got a little bit extra currency laying around. I'm trying to bring them up in order to eventually get the Revans and such. They're not a priority for me right now. Padme can do a lot more than Jedi training Revan can do for me, and I'm miles away from Darth Revan, because to really have Darth Revan usable against a lot of teams, I'm going to need Malak. Otherwise, I'll probably end up having to run him under Palpatine anyway, as I did on my main account that while back. I have been bringing up Thrawn because I have actually unlocked the Chimera recently, which I've needed because my bugs just couldn't get through those really difficult Houndstooth characters. So yeah, I just wasn't able to climb. I've unlocked Chimera, and I'm actually now taking out all those annoying Houndstooth teams and climbing in arena a little bit. Not great, but a little bit. We're into the next bracket at least. That's about all that's really happened on those characters there. A lot of the rest of it's actually been on ships. Now I'll show you. You see, Slave 1 now up to 6-star, on its way to 7. Houndstooth is coming along. I've not really gone any further on these since getting them to 5-star, actually. I will eventually carry on this one for sure, because Droideca's on the node, so I'm going to need to get him up. But right now, Droideca's not really something you should be focusing on, either when you've just revived your account or on a new account, because the Grievous droid team is much more, what's the word I'm looking for? Gear, I don't know, gear munching, whatever. Basically, it uses a heck of a lot more gear than the bugs do. So when you're going separatist, you want to get Padme, you're better off going for bugs than you are the Grievous droids at first. Go for those Grievous droids later on once your arena ranks have started to climb and such through Padme. Unless you're a whale, of course, and you can just go for Grievous in that first. I will also carry on IG 2000 because I'm going to need it for the Malevolence fleet. The Vulture's started to get farmed now. I've got a little bit of free energy, as has the Hyena. And I have got Millennium Falcon now. We do have Han's Falcon, although obviously at gear 10 and gear 7 it's not really packing that huge punch, and the rest of my Rebel fleet is pretty poor, to be honest. I've just 7-starred Biggs's I've just 7-starred Biggs's X-Wing. He's still, as you can see, gear-wise, he's not quite where he needs to be either to make that ship anywhere near survivable. My Bistan U-Wing is also pretty poor. I don't know if we're really ever going to go full in on that Rebel fleet, to be honest. I may stick with Chimera and Bugs until I have Grievous's fleet. I think that's going to be too costly for me. It's just going to be too costly for me to get anywhere, and it's going to take away from when I actually do get Grievous's fleet going. You can see I am farming it. We have a whole 15 shards on the Malevolence at the moment. I do already have Grievous at 4-star, but again, you're not going to be able to farm him very quickly, very early, which is why it's not really advisable to go for those Grievous droids straight away. It's no use going all in on trying to get General Skywalker at the start, because your team's going to need a lot of relics and an awful lot of gear investment, and you're not going to have an arena team while you're doing that unless you're a Kraken. So as a result, Grievous is kind of a little bit behind. But I am picking his shads up in Fleet Store as and when I can. Chimera is currently my go-to. We'll actually give that a little bit of a boost while we're here. Can't boost any of the others yet. We got a little bit of currency. Let's see if we can do anything with that. We'll get him up to 60. I still can't boost any of those anyway. So yeah, I'm slowly getting there with the Chimera, but it's definitely helping my arena ranks. My arena's been a little spotty in terms of activity because obviously I don't need to keep telling you this. I have a newborn and he's suffering from colic, and he's not letting me work the way I need to. We've dropped a little bit, but I am quite consistently finishing in the top 1,000 now. I'm basically climbing on Shack Trooper teams. They're quite easy to beat for bugs. I'm also beating other bug teams quite easily. I doubt I'm going to do too well against that one. That's quite superior to my own. What is there anything around? Anything around? I could probably take that team. Wow, that's so. I mean that there's relics in all these really low ranks, and they're not fun to deal with. The bounty hunter teams rip my bugs to pieces. That wouldn't be too difficult as long as I can shut down Chewie early. I find rebels just don't seem to perform very well. They really don't seem to perform very well against me. See, that would get ripped to shreds. That's the kind of team I'd climb on, and I'd probably avoid that. That's a lot of AoE damage. It's the kind of team that rips me apart. I have to stay away from those Palp teams as well. They all seem to have Bastille of Fallen in, and it's not a pretty sight. It's really not a pretty sight. My fleet arena, I can see this is actually the guy. We go back and forth. I bump him, he bumps me. And yeah, obviously having Chimera, I'm able to just nuke his team. I don't really have any difficulty climbing against it. It takes a really bad RNG for me to lose to it. So I am back up in that 200 bracket now. I would like to start pushing for that 100. I think I'm going to need to get my spy and my soldier a little bit stronger before that's consistent. Or perhaps just get my Bosk built up a little bit so my Houndstooth can take more than 2 hits without dying. At the moment, it's pure and utter trash. I am doing GOTB, light side and dark side in my guild now, so I'm getting a bit of currency. I can't actually kill any. I can't even get a wave at the moment. You can see I'm down at 46, which is surprising that I'm not 50th, to be honest. How am I not 50th? There are actually people performing worse than me. Let's have a look. Territory points contributed. Wow, somehow these guys, they must have just not even deployed. This is pure deployment. I've not got a single wave. I'm going to have to chase those guys up to get active, I think. But AOK Assassin's doing pretty well. This is the guild that we've revived around my alt. We brought in a whole bunch of great players. We had a little guild merger coming to us. We got 2 spots. If you're a decent player, looking for an active guild that's pushing forward, hit me up. We can probably get you in one of those 2 spots. You don't have to have the strongest rosters in the world. Activity is key, but obviously the better your roster, the more chance you have of jumping the queue, as you would expect. So yes, that is the account in a nutshell at the moment. Still grinding away on my Padme team. Got to get them ready. Got to get them built up. Got to get those gear pieces. So yeah, Padme and bugs at the moment, and I think we're starting to get to a point. We're getting fairly close to where Padme is gonna switch in arena. I'd say once she's gear 11, once Kenobi's up to 10, these 2 are very, very close to the next as well, 11 and 10. Maybe get one more Zeta on one of these characters, Ahsoka or Anakin would be pretty handy. And I might give them another run in arena shortly, because my bugs have kind of they've kind of plateaued. There's too many relics around for them to really prove effective. A lot of AoE relic teams. So I'm kind of limited in what I can do, but I think it's almost time for Padme to get another crack in arena, and you'll probably see that on the next update. So thank you for watching, guys. Be sure to check this team out again, this account out, sorry, on the next bracket of Grand Arena. I forgot to bloody sign up this time, so yeah, spam F in the comments once again. I forgot to sign up. I will definitely sign up again for the next one. We are currently 5-1 this season. I was undefeated last season, and I'm sure that coming up in the next season, we're going to do even better. Now we've got this Padme team that we can also use, and obviously my Rebels are coming along too. We're going to start to build up a few teams to actually use on offense, which will be bloody nice, especially in Fleet. Now we've got Chimera. Shouldn't have so much trouble beating those Fleet teams in Grand Arena as well. So thanks for watching, guys. That's the update for week 3, 4, and maybe partly into 5. I'm not even 100% sure what it is right now. But there we go. ShadowHand is still coming along, still improving. And until next time, your general's out. We out of here.